You were absolutely lied to. You're going to blink and wake up, and your whole banking system by 2030 is going to be operating on a blockchain. They're going to be working to custody your cryptocurrency. I want you to think about what David Schwartz said. Do you think that 5% of the population that has exposure to cryptocurrency was going to convince the 95% to transform into blockchain technology? No. David Schwartz said, we're going to where the 95% are. And he put his money where his mouth is. And now Trump is an XRP fan. Not only did he tweet XRP, Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin and ADA, but now he's putting his money where his mouth is. So I'm going to show you today how Trump is now putting together an ETF that includes Solana, XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And they're calling XRP now a blue chip crypto. Now do you see why? Since 2020, when the case dropped, SEC versus Ripple, why when I came on, you can find this video on my channel, and I said I'm holding on like a tick on a dog. I knew in my gut that most of the companies that get sued by the SEC that are real companies that are disruptive technologies become some of the largest companies in the world. I told you Ripple was going to become a bank in 2020 all the way to 2025, and now they've applied for their bank charter, which we're going to listen to Brad Garlinghouse. Now they're going to be working with BNY Mellon, one of the biggest banks in the world. They're in Ripple's patent, and I'm here to tell you that XRP and Bitcoin will be number one and number two. We're first going to watch Trump talking about Jerome Powell once again. This is the thing you need to pay attention to is interest rates, interest rates, interest rates. I'm here to warn you, the public. Robert Kiyosaki's been telling you since 2013. He wrote about this. Your cash is worthless. Worthless. Not worth less, worthless. There's a transition into a new monetary system. Now, is the US dollar going to collapse tomorrow? No. Is it going to collapse in 10 years? No. But it's definitely in a transition from a fiat-based currency to an asset-backed currency in a deflationary system. If you're caught on the debt side of this in the next 6 years, your family is going to move down to the working poor. The middle class is getting wiped out. The wealth gap is going to be massive. You're going to see more trillionaires than you've ever seen. You're going to see more billionaires than you've ever seen. And you're going to see the largest wealth gaps that you've ever seen in human history after 2030. You have to train yourself to understand what's going on. So let's first listen to Trump as he puts this pressure on Jerome Powell. Then we're going to go into see how now they're calling XRP a blue chip crypto. And then we're going to look at Brad Garlinghouse on how he's going to be speaking at the Bank Senate Committee today. And they are now linking up with some of the biggest banks in the world. Buckle up.
He's facing accusations of lying to Congress, which is a potential crime about the
We're talking about Jerome Powell.
Opulent.
Well, he should resign immediately. It's going to lower interest rates.
Do you want congressional
Why don't you
Republicans
call for his resignation?
Do you want congressional Republicans to investigate and
It's
pursue?
okay with me. I think he's terrible. I think, look, we're paying, I call him too late. T-O-O, too late. Like Too Tall Jones for the Dallas Cowboys, right? Too late. He's always late. But he wasn't late with Biden before the election. He was cutting him like crazy. It didn't help too much, did it? But he was cutting him like crazy before the election with Kamala and Biden. He was trying to get them in, I guess. I don't know. He was recommended by somebody that worked for me. I like you better.
Oh my God, this shit's funny, man. It's just funny. It's like everybody's sitting there waiting for a savior, right? He comes in and they tell everybody, no, he's going to make the economy phenomenal, guys. Like the next 4 years, if you don't ride this wave, it's your fault, man. You know, I'm calling you out. If you don't ride this wave and figure out how to get rich in this economy, it's your fault. If in 4 years we come back and you come back to my videos and you sat on your hands, it's your fault. This is the greatest wealth transfer in history. This is like taking candy from a baby, man. Like is that how the saying goes? It is going to be so easy to make money in the next 24 months, in my opinion. I did it from 2020 to 2020, and I did it in Biden's economy. And this gentleman is about to pump this economy. But remember, what goes up is going to come down hard. Remember, I said that. Man, I'm passionate about this. Okay, so this is Trump talking about BRICS. So this is the narrative you need to pay attention to. Remember, Bitcoin was created in 2009. BRICS was created in 2009, and now Trump's all in on Bitcoin.
BRICS was set up to degenerate our dollar and take our dollar as the standard, take it off as the standard. And that's okay if they want to play that game, but I can play that game too. So anybody that's in BRICS is getting a 10% charge.
Is that immediate, sir? Or
Yeah,
is that
pretty
if
soon.
they engage-
So think about that. They want to play this game. Interesting. He wants a weaker dollar. Now he's all in on Bitcoin. Now he's all in on cryptocurrency. Guys, it's right in front of your face. Let me just show it to you. The blueprint is here. Boom. Trump, True Social, files S1 with the SEC to launch a crypto blue chip holding BTC, Ethereum, Solana, CRO, and XRP. These have all been in our portfolio. If you've been in our academy since 2020, we've been talking about all these cryptos he's been mentioning as our RWA cryptos. If you're in my academy, I've been talking about this since 2020. All the cryptos he mentions have been the ones I've been talking about in my academy for 5 years. I have not fudded. I have not gone in. I have not gone out. All the FUD out there, I stuck with it. And now it's the 5 that he is mentioning. Crazy, right? No, it's called discipline. It's called consistency. It's called stoicism. It's called understanding how this system works. Now, this is the funny part that really gets me. And I finally shot back a little bit yesterday. Usually I'm just stoic and I was like, you guys crack me up. The people on Twitter, you guys crack me up. So this is the actual blue chip thing that they submitted to the SEC for the filing, right? And it says in here that XRP is only 2% of it. Everybody's like, XRP only 2%. Guys, it's being mentioned as a blue chip crypto. And all, so that shows, if you don't know the reticular activating system, let me bring you on the screen a little bit because this is important, man. If you are pessimistic, we are optimistic in our academy. That's why we're winning. If your brain misses the blue chip and it goes right to 2%, it's like only 2%. Why would you do only? You're going to lose. I'm telling you, you're going to lose. Your reticular activating system, God's GPS, the RAS. If your brain immediately picks up the negative, there's nothing negative about that post. There's absolutely nothing negative about that. It's 70% Bitcoin. I've told you guys, Bitcoin is a store of value. I hold it like gold. Okay. It has 15% Ether, 8% Solana, 5% CRO, 2% XRP. They're all in my portfolio. That is bullish as hell. And if your brain immediately picked up the 2%, and you should have seen the tweets, go read my comments. I was like, you guys cracked me up, man. That's why people are losing. Their brain immediately goes to pessimism. You should be like, damn, it is a blue chip crypto. That is phenomenal. And Ripple can't stop winning. Like Trump said, you're going to get tired of winning. Ripple is going to get tired of winning. You're going to keep winning and winning and winning. Okay, so I'm fired up, guys. Like, you're going to get this version of me going forward. The House is taking historic steps to ensure the U.S. remains the crypto capital of the world. As part of the Crypto Week, the House considers the Clarity Act. I'm breaking this down in the Academy tomorrow. The Anti-CBD Surveillance Act and the Genius Act. So if you're not part of my 3T Warrior Academy, get your ass in the Academy. Go down below in the description of this video. Okay, click the link. You'll see the 3T Warrior Academy. Click my description. I've helped 11,000, after today's 800 people worldwide. By next week, it'll be 12,000 people. Okay, we break all this stuff down for you. Okay, now let's listen to Brad Garlinghouse. Okay, so we know that Trump is bullish as hell on XRP. Brad Garlinghouse is hanging out at the White House. They applied for a bank charter. Okay, they also linked up with BNY Mellon. That just was announced today, which I'll dive into that a little bit deeper tomorrow. But let's listen to Brad Garlinghouse talking about Ripple CEO on BYN Mellon partnership.
You still want a banking license, right? Even though you have this deal with BNY.
Well, yes is the short answer. We have pursued and requested application to apply for an OCC license as well as a Fed master account. We think that the key here for crypto and the kind of decentralized finance, as many people call it, Ripple has been building bridges between traditional finance and decentralized finance. The world isn't going to be taken over by crypto. Instead, we think about how do we take the best of what crypto brings in facilitating faster, cheaper transactions and bring it to traditional finance. That's been at the heart of what Ripple has been focused on from the beginning. This is a step towards that, and certainly getting an OCC license. For those that have said that the crypto world wants to be unregulated, whatever, the opposite is true. You know, I'm here in Washington in part, as you referenced, there's a Senate Banking Committee hearing today. We are advocating as an industry to be regulated. And those that, like Ripple, who have stepped forward and said we want to get an OCC license, in addition to the licenses we have with the New York Department of Financial Services it only continues to augment that very robust, very compliance-first, trusted partner so that we can continue to use these technologies to benefit consumers and businesses alike.
Boom. Okay. So I've been telling you since 2020, Ripple is going to become a bank. XRP will be one of the most disruptive technologies in the world. That Bitcoin is a store of value like gold. I've been telling you that since 2023. Okay. 2023 is when I got into Bitcoin, around 25,000. Okay. I've been very open and transparent with you guys. Here's exactly how my system works. Okay. I focus on 4 things. Cash flow. Cash is trash. It's worth less. It's going to continue to be worthless. And Trump wants a weaker dollar, lower interest rates, and a printing machine environment, which is about to go crazy because he's going to grow his way out of this economy. Okay. He's going to, listen to me, he's going to grow his way out of the economy. How they're going to do that is lower interest rates weakens your dollar. Okay. They're going to be running off into Bitcoin, into XRP, into real estate, into gold, into silver, into insurance. Okay. As you're going to hold your worthless dollar, and then you're going to get caught on the inflation side as we go into 2028 and 2029, guys. Show me in anywhere in history where you can just print money in a low interest rate environment. You guys just went through it. You all just went through it. Biden turned the printing machine on full blast. Okay, they all I think it was transition from Trump to Biden. They turned the printing machine on full blast. They printed more money than in history from 2020 to 2022, and it caused what? Massive inflation. So you lost 19% purchasing power on your dollar, and we gained, by the time Trump got elected, 600% on our XRP and 195% on our Bitcoin. I took worthless dollars and I put it into deflationary assets. You don't have to do that. I'm just telling you exactly what I did. So I focus on cash flow. Okay. I have cash generating businesses. I took my crypto profits last bull run and I bought cash flow. I bought businesses. I built businesses. I scaled my business. I dumped my money into cash flow. Everybody else bought cars, Lambos, bigger houses. I bought and invested in things that created cash. I took the cash. I didn't improve my lifestyle. I improved my family's future and legacy. I stuffed it into deflationary assets, hence fixed supply, Bitcoin, XRP. I got, so my top are XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, XLM, HBAR, and VeChain are the top 6. Okay. So I stuffed it into deflationary, fixed supply assets that rose dramatically. And they're about to raise even more dramatically in about 2 months, right? Okay. So when those go up, I have 2 more components. I have a protection component and I have a leverage component. So when it profits, I pull profits. Okay. I'm holding Bitcoin forever. So remember, we're putting Bitcoin off the side. Altcoins, all their coins, I'm exiting 50% by using Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. I will put that on the screen right now. Oh, there we go. I'll put this on the screen right here. Boom. There we go. Okay. So as it goes up, I pull by using our exit strategies here. Okay. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Okay, so we built this program, right? So as it goes up, everybody's trying to catch the top. Boom, we're exiting. Boom, boom, boom. I pull. I max fund my cash value life insurance policies. Why do I do that? Number 1, my principal's protected. Number 2, I'm getting market-like returns. Money compounds every 7 years at 10%. Number 3 is I'm creating a leverage component I can leverage against the insurance company, OPM, richest man in Babylon, at around 5% per year. Per year. Do the math. What would $100,000 at 5% be? I'm taking leverage. Now I have Bitcoin leverage and I have a insurance leverage. I leverage from my assets to buy businesses that generate cash. Then what do we do with the cash, family? We pay off the leverage. And then once the leverage paid off, what do? We borrow tax-free again and we buy more cash. So by the time 2030 rolls around, I'm going to have tons of cash flow coming in. And what does that do? It's going to increase my deflationary assets. Then what do we do in 2029 to 2032 when the next bull run comes? Is we repeat the process. And then from there, we never, ever have to work for money again. That is the book, Richest Man in Babylon. Everybody has these vertical strategies. I'm just going to stick in crypto. I'm just going to stick in insurance. I'm just real estate. What does Richest Man in Babylon say to do? First, save 10%. Next, create a brother or sister. Don't play games with your money. Diversify. King Solomon's wisdom. You got to have a moat around your kingdom. Okay. So cash flow, deflationary assets that have a fixed supply that go up. When they profit, we protect it. We leverage it. And we buy cash flow responsibly, low leverage. Buy cash flow. Do it again. Why do you think wealthy? Have you ever heard of the dollar CEO? The dollar CEO. It is where they take a dollar and they get all their income in stocks, because then they borrow against it tax free. They never pay taxes. Okay. So this is Merlin's smartest way to track your crypto. I'm going to start talking about this on a daily basis, because you need to get in here and get organized. Okay. Down below in the description of this video is 30 days for free. You can try it before you buy it. In my description, you can click on there and you can actually download a free exit strategy. And then from there, I will email you how to get in there. I want to give you something for free first. Okay. So click here to get started. And then you go in here, we show you how to create exit plans. Okay. You have to be prepared for this. Okay. We show you every single thing on how to get started. You see all, this is not an investment. Okay. This is an interface. You can see all your cryptos. You get organized, because the key is organization, knowing where all your assets are, where they're at, daily gains and losses. Okay. Total gains, average cost basis. Then you go in here and you can create an exit plan. We show you how to create an exit plan and how to get started. I do 50-50 exit plans. This is a dummy account. So we show you the price, or you come up with the price based on, we show you how to set up an exit target using Fibonacci, past prices. So if this one goes to $3.70, exiting 50% of my overall tokens of 50%, tells you exactly how much you need to pull. You put in what your tax bracket is, and it gives you an estimated what you're going to need to pay in taxes. Okay. There's short-term, long-term capital gains. Consult your tax professional. Merlin keeps you organized. It shows you the markets, right? So one snapshot of the markets. You don't have to be staring at the markets all day. Okay. BTC is leading the way right now. You can see the markets are green and bullish. We got BTC number 1, ETH number 2, XRP number 3. And then the news is adjusted for you and what your assets are. So it keeps you informed on everything going on here. Okay. So it organizes all your exchanges, so you can see everything in one place, all your assets in one place, all your exchanges in one place, all your transactions in one place. Shows you the markets and your news. It is the smartest way to track your crypto, and your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency. Okay. It is not an investment. We do not hold your keys. It's just an interface. So if they hack Merlin, they're just hacking information. Okay. So I want to be very clear about that. What else do we got here? I think that's it, man. I love you guys very, very much. Get your shit together. Straight up. Get your shit together. Head of household, get your shit together. Get focused. Get disciplined. Get your workout on. Get your Bible study on. Just start reading Proverbs every day. Stop watching porn. Stop doing the fapping. Guys, let's go. Let's get focused. Today I did the 300 workout. My trainer pushed me to the limits today. I was like, let's go. Let's go. 300 reps straight through. Start pushing yourself. Get focused. Y'all got played, man. Y'all were waiting for, everybody's waiting for them to expose Epstein. They didn't. Okay, what are you going to do? And if they did, what is it? If they did, how does your life change? Right? It sucks that there's evil people like that. We know that exists. So spend your time getting your shit together, being physically able to protect your family, financially able to have freedom, and know that you're protected. Your family is good. It's God. Family, protect your ecosystem at all costs, and stay out of other men's business. You're too busy working on yours. Epstein will face his maker, man. P. Diddy will face his maker. Okay. We need to face ourselves in the mirror. Everybody's so distraught about that. It sucks. Yeah. They promised us they were going to do all this stuff. You guys know how this game works. That's why Jesus went up and sat right in the middle, guys. Right in the middle. Miramata Musashi, the void. Okay. The middle ground. Be fluid like water. Okay. The mountain doesn't move for the storm, but the storm shapes the mountain. I love you guys, man. Let's go. Okay. So that's all I got for you guys. Love you. Warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Let's go.